start in the air. Slips a pass. He's free. Nixon nearly to midfield before he's brought down. So Angeli stands in.
Play called the right time. It's a well-coached offense. Jeff Nixon has an NFL background, the offensive coordinator. He knows how to scheme up a defense.
With Kyle McCord at quarterback last season, they were the #1 passing offense in America. Jump cut for Nixon. Speed to the edge. That should be good for another first down for Syracuse.
Connectedness of the fan bases all over.
Will Nixon gets a push. First and goal, Syracuse.
And Lee Corso kind of embodies
of the United States Marine Corps. And they deserve every bit of this celebration as we start the fourth quarter with Will Nixon diving ahead for 3. Maybe 4 yards to make it 3rd down and 1 for
wide receiver core to do that.
Angeli turns. Nixon carries. And he has 4 yards. 10 minutes to go in the game. So they switch spots and he instead comes to play for Josh Heupel.
And you know, and in no way, shape, or form has today.
Angeli has time. Pumps underneath. Nixon finds it, swivels inside, and gets right down near the sticks. He is just short. 4th and 1. It's a give on the RPO, and Nixon surges up the middle for a good gain of 6. 2nd and 4 upcoming. Safety Lee Millette in on the tackle.
Quickly tucked it, ran, got the first down.
Syracuse going with some tempo. Angeli set to throw, comes underneath. Nixon finds it, is popped and falls forward after a gain of 8. Chadwick hit him. Maybe inject a little life into this building as well. First down run, Will Nixon, and he dives ahead, gaining 4. It's Jonte Cook in motion. He's been very quiet, just 1 catch for 4 yards. Angeli goes quick out for Will Nixon, immediately smothered. Tyrese Mills with a fabulous first half getting into the backfield. Makes another good hit here to set up 3rd down.
There was some traffic there. Well placed ball.
Give it to Nixon. Good hole up the middle. Oh, he delivers the boom on Lee Millette. It's a loud 5-yard run by Will Nixon. 4 catches for 84 yards for Gill. Angeli goes underneath. Nixon brings it in. Stutter step. First down. Syracuse moving with tempo inside the Connecticut 30. Syracuse has 1 timeout plus the 2-minute timeout and 2:06 remaining. Angeli starts the drive under pressure, dumps it underneath, and gets Nixon with the 2-minute timeout behind him. He'll take that 7-yard gain in the middle of the field and set up 3rd and 3. We'll keep it on the ground. Nixon cuts it back and finds the 15. Right at the first down marker. It's a new set of downs for Syracuse on a 10-yard gain. 2nd down, Angeli to the air. Hits Nixon over the middle. Cuts it back and gets the first down. A 10-yard gain as Nixon alertly picked his spot to fall forward.
Yeah, just a couple of years ago, Jonte Cook was a top 30 recruit nationally. Went to Texas before transferring to Syracuse. Loaded with a lot of ability. Will Nixon stacked up at about the 35-yard line, a 6-yard gain. Coming off a 10-win season to start. Ball came loose on first down, and Colgate says it has it, and indeed it does. The Raiders with a takeaway immediately after the interception. Reese Allen missed the tackle, finally brought down by Kenny Langston. Syracuse keeping it on the ground. Good forward movement, keeping the feet moving. On 2nd down, Angeli hands it off. Good collision at about the 5-yard line. It's a first down for Will Nixon. And this Orange offense keep it on the ground. Nixon, he's grabbed by the ankle at about the 5-yard line. Holding.
They're going to make the call because he hit him in the helmet.
Toss to Nixon, and he walks in with flags in the end zone. We'll see if this touchdown stands. Syracuse went with its heavy package, knew they were going to run the football. Former Washington Husky walks into the end zone for 6 more.
You see the zone blocking by the offensive linemen. You see them slide to the right, zone blocking, get to their man, cover them up, and get movement up the field. That's all you can ask for with that zone blocking.
Well, it's the biggest half of receiving yardage for a Syracuse player since Gill last year against UConn. He's well over 100 yards and counting.
Talked about him being the enforcer. He was able to grab that football on that play. Great job helping your quarterback.
Nixon lowers his shoulder and gets a first down. Give it to Will Nixon. Huge hole straight up the middle. Across midfield. Finally upended across the 40-yard line by Tatum Johnson. On 2nd and long, set up the screen to Nixon. With blockers, gets back across the original line of scrimmage out about the 37-yard line before the strong safety Kenny Langston.
32-yard run for Yasin Willis. That's the longest run from scrimmage so far for Syracuse. They go right back to the ground. This time it's Jaden Hart.
All over the field.
Now it's Will Nixon. Just short of the first down. Syracuse can go with a hard count here. Instead, they'll snap the ball. And getting outside is Nixon. Inside the 10-yard line, he's bumped out of bounds by Ashton Hampton. That should take us to the end of the quarter. Steve Angeli, handoff Nixon at the 5, freeway to the end zone for another Syracuse touchdown. It was about the line of scrimmage for Clemson.
And we said here, it was about Steve Angeli making good decisions both in the run and pass game. Here on the zone read, watch what he does. He just reads TJ Parker coming off the edge. TJ's not quite sure what to do. He's trying to play two players at once. And Steve just reads him and says, hey, look, if you're just going to hesitate just for a second, I'm going to give it to my guy, Will Nixon. The linebacker who was sitting off the ball in man coverage wasn't able to get over the top. And there you see Dabo. You just see this supreme frustration. And for Fran Brown,
a 1-11 team last season. 3-man rush on 3rd and long. And still off the back foot. And Angeli has his check down, and Will Nixon flags down in the offensive backfield again. Did they rough Angeli again? Angeli, swing pass, nice adjustment by Nixon. And it looks like he has a first down and got hit late out of bounds. You could see the emotion from Fran Brown. Does he love coaching this team or what? Screen to Will Nixon across midfield. 3rd down and 4. Great pickup by you as well, because he creates that uncertainty for Klubnik that blows the play up, and yet nothing will appear in the box score for Tremble on that play. He didn't get a tackle.
would continue to be to this defensive line and this front 7. Like, where are you? Where are you guys? How does this team come in and run the football for almost 150 yards on us? And they couldn't run the football against anybody so far.
After the penalty, they're out to the 44-yard line, and they're going to hand the ball, and this is Dixon taking off around the corner. Will Dixon.
Maybe run it, maybe, like I said, draw it, maybe screen it.
Here is Nixon, and he gets dropped on the dive play.
You're a quarterback right now in a situation where he doesn't want to throw a pick or throw a turnover.
First down give. This is Will Nixon diving for 5.
So they're opting to start this thing out, run the ball so you can get a little field position. They did. Now come back and throw it.
Oh, boy. What a hit by Rivers. 2nd and the full 10 for the Orange, and Collins wants to throw into the flat. That is Nixon the catch, and he is slung out of bounds by Davis Robinson against the Tar Heels. Straight ahead goes Will Nixon. Clemson and Charlotte. And here's the end-over-end kick, and this will be Will Nixon. That ball got fumbled around a little bit. Nixon scoops it back up, and he'll get hit just beyond the 15, and the Orange will start there ahead of the 2-minute timeout. About SMU's playing personality at defensive end. Here's Collins again, trying to flip it in the flat. Does.
Work on their 2-minute deal.
Here's Collins with time. Now going to dump it down. This is Nixon the catch. And he'll be brought down at the 49.